Stakeholders and executives often love login walls. And I get it. We want to protect our intellectual property, ensure personalized information is personalized, and monetize our content or services. But here's a hard truth. Login walls don't always yield the leads you'd think they'd yield. Maybe you saw my colleague Raluca's video about login walls and their relative interaction cost. If you haven't, definitely check that out. But I'm here to discuss an often misinterpreted study, the Gambarini Reciprocity Study. Dr. Luciano Gambarini, director at the Human Inspired Technology Research Center at the University of Padua, ran a study with his colleagues analyzing two different versions of data gathering on websites: reward and reciprocity. The reward model refers to content that is gated and gets rewarded to the user after they provide their personal data to the company. The reciprocity or reciprocation model refers to content which is free to access without providing any personal data. And only after content is accessed does the company finally ask for personal data. So, reward condition, personal data is collected before providing content. Reciprocity condition, personal data is collected after providing content. The experiment yielded interesting results. The reward condition, aka login walls, yielded 16% more submissions of personal data than the reciprocity condition. This is what often gets cited or quoted the most. However, the critical information that's often omitted is what happens in the reciprocity condition. While there were 16% fewer submissions, each submission contained more voluntarily submitted data, like name, surname, address, phone number, etc. Most of the submissions in the reward condition only had 1 to 2 pieces of information, typically email address and maybe a first name if they got lucky. And think about it. When you are presented with a login wall and no context about what lies behind it, have you ever typed a fake email address or spam account email address? Or perhaps included your real email address but then immediately unsubscribed as soon as an email came from that website? I don't know about you, but I certainly have. This principle of reciprocation, one of Dr. Robert Cialdini's principles of influence, is a psychological principle in which people feel a sense of obligation to repay what someone has provided, regardless of the actual value of the exchange. Salespeople at car dealerships are notorious for using this same principle as they sit you down for price negotiations.
Hey, can I get you anything to drink? Maybe a coffee, tea, water?
I guess I'll take a water, please.
Okay.
It doesn't matter if that water did not cost the salesperson anything. You will feel an undeniable sense of obligation to conduct a very expensive transaction with this person who has personally handed you a requested beverage. Moral of the story, the benefit of login walls does not outweigh the cost of lost goodwill. Users just don't find hidden content surprises rewarding. Instead, consider providing something of value. Even if your business model requires users to have an account, it's not enough to just describe the content in a modal or pop-up. Showcase what the site offers and provide a sense of value even if it's limited reciprocity, which asks the user to create an account after viewing some pieces of content. If you want more leads, sure, use login walls to reward users. But if you want better leads, let your customers see the real reason to come back for more.